Hi, we just finished meeting for intonation practice on Wednesday, May 29th. And we started with shillov instead of she will have. In spoken English, you can push them together. In written, you wouldn't do this, but shillov. And instead of a perfect E, as in she love, you can keep the tongue a little lower and it will sound like I. And I use the IH to represent I, shillov, shillov. And it's a V connecting to the A. She'll have already left by the time you get there. She'll have already left by the time you get there. And I put this mark after the T to show that you will hold the T, get there. And actually, I'm pushing my tongue further forward and blocking the airflow for the T, knowing that the TH is coming up. So instead of get my tongue perfectly behind my teeth, I can put it more between get and then be ready for there. Get there. She'll have already left by the time you get there. And what did you make a contraction? Would you? And you can keep the U if you wanted to say would you. The D and the Y make a J, so you can say would you. But usually, if you're going to be that casual, then you're going to go ahead and make it would ya, because the important word is going to be the question word what, and then the verb. What'd you think? What'd you think of? And it's think of the. And you don't have to say this V. Think of the. You can skip it and say think of the. I have it here as a V, but we talked about this a little bit later. So I just want to point out you can just skip the V and say think of the. Think of the. So what'd you think of the new restaurant they opened downtown? Open downtown. Open downtown. You won't hear two D's because you're just going to hold the first one. Open downtown. And restaurant, we talked about that being just two syllables. It looks like restaurant, but we drop the middle one and make it two. Restaurant. Restaurant. So, what'd you think of the new restaurant they Oh, did I do that right? What'd you think of the new restaurant they opened downtown? Downtown. If it hadn't, if it will connect, if it hadn't, you're not going to hear this T. If you hold it with your tongue, if it hadn't, you're not going to hear that T either because you're going to make it a syllabic in. Hadn't, if it hadn't been for the traffic, pause, we'd have, we would have contracted, and that V connects. We'd have arrived much earlier. We'd have arrived much earlier. You won't hear a D. You'll just hold the tongue in the D position. Arrive much, and then start with the M. We'd have arrived much earlier. If it hadn't been for the traffic, we'd have arrived much earlier. Everybody's been obsessing about the famous composite nouns. Unusual sentence, yes. Everybody's been obsessing about the famous composite noun. So, famous composite nouns, adjective, adjective, noun. And this, everybody's been obsessing about the. Instead of obsessing with the ing in the back, ing, to make it connect to the following vowel easier, you can change that to an een. Obsessing about. Everybody's been obsessing about the famous composite nouns. There was nothing untoward about his appearance. This was a new word to me, so I had to look it up and I pasted the first definition here. Could be unlucky, difficult to work with, manage. So it's new to me. I would probably say there was nothing wrong with his appearance, but there was nothing untoward about his appearance. This is a situation where we can get rid of the H for the pronouns he, him, his, her, and also them. You can get rid of that and connect that. So there was nothing untoward about his. So now this T changes to a D. Get rid of the H, and now you have diz, and that's where that comes from. About his appearance. There was nothing untoward about his appearance. Did you changes to did ya? Did you know? There is free rural delivery. Rural is like rural. Did you know there's free rural delivery? Did you know there's free rural delivery? And these we didn't get to. I'm sorry, I got distracted talking about birds. I put these on next week, so we'll get to those first next time. We practiced if I could. If I, this F will stay like an F. It looks like an F, it sounds like an F, if I could. However, in the word of, it looks like an F, but it sounds like a V. And you will hear the V if the word after it starts with a vowel. So, United States of America, of America. But if the next word begins with a consonant, you won't hear the V, you won't hear the F. You can just drop it and say, and in front of me, it would sound like a me, in front of me. I'm also dropping this T instead of in front of me, in front of, in front of me. But it would be the same. Let's see here. Instead of sick of it, you could have sick of. Oh, that's a V. I have to keep that V. Sorry. I do keep the V because there's a vowel after it. Sick of it. But what was the other example we had where um, um, in back of me? If you wanted to say in back of me, it could sound like uh, in back. I'll put back in back of me. So you don't have to say in back of me at all. You just say in back of me. Sick of it. All right, I think that's it. I'll do it again without talking. She'll have already left by the time you get there. What'd you think of the new restaurant they opened downtown? If it hadn't been for the traffic, we'd arrived much earlier. Everybody's been obsessing about the famous composite nouns. There was nothing untoward about his appearance. Oh, I forgot to mark this as stressed. Appearance. Did you know there's free rural delivery? If I could. United States of America. In front of me. In back of me. Sick of it. That's a funny one to end on. All right, thanks. Had a good time talking to everyone. I will see you next week for intonation practice, but I won't have pronunciation practice on Tuesday next week. I'll be back for Tuesday's pronunciation practice on June 11th, and the time will be 1 hour later. So I'll send a reminder, but just wanted to let you know heads up as soon as possible. Thanks. Have a good day.